You know, it's really striking how the whole game of finding investors has, well, it's just completely changed.
Oh, completely. 5 years ago, you'd go to Google.
Right. You just type in fintech investors or something, and you'd get a list. You'd do the work.
A list of 10 blue links. It was basically a digital phone book.
But that's not what happens now. Now you go to a chatbot and you ask it a question, you interrogate it. Who are the top 3 investors for my specific SaaS niche who actually lead rounds?
And that's the scary part. If you're a VC firm and that AI doesn't know who you are, you don't just miss out on a click.
You just don't exist. You're invisible.
You're completely invisible. And that is the core idea in the source materials we're looking at today. We're diving into this analysis from Samyak Online, a digital agency that's all in on what they're calling AI SEO for capital networks.
It's fascinating. I mean, the VC world always feels like it's on the cutting edge, but it seems like they're actually playing catch up here.
Totally. The mission in these documents is to show how private equity, angel investors, everyone, has to fight to stay visible when the gatekeeper isn't Google search anymore.
It's a large language model.
Exactly. So, okay, let's get into the mechanics. The source material uses these two terms, AEO and GEO.
Right. Answer engine optimization and generative engine optimization. They sound, I don't know, a little like buzzwords.
They do, but the difference is actually critical. We all get SEO, but AEO is about making your content the answer.
So not just a link to the answer.
Precisely. Think about Google's AI overviews or Perplexity. They don't want to send you somewhere else. They want to synthesize the perfect response right there. AEO is making sure your data is part of that synthesis.
So if you're VC, the goal shifts. It's not get a founder to our homepage anymore.
The goal is get the AI to recommend us by name. So if someone asks who's the best seed investor for fintech, the AI needs to trust your firm's data enough to say, it's this one and here is why.
I mean, how do you even do that? How do you convince a bot that your investment thesis is sound? You can't just, stuff venture capital into a blog post 100 times.
No, that old playbook is dead. This is where they introduce semantic SEO. It's less about individual keywords and way more about context, about relationships.
So you're kind of connecting the dots for the algorithm.
You are literally building a map for it. You use structured data to explicitly link, say, your Series A funding focus with your portfolio of B2B software companies and the successful exits they've had.
You're making your entire track record machine readable.
That's the perfect phrase for it, machine readable. And this connects directly to that concept where Google's been pushing EET.
Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Yep. And for an investor, that's everything. The AI is trained to find and promote sources it deems authoritative. So your whole digital presence has to scream trustworthy expert.
And it's not just about what you say, it's about how your website is built, right? The code itself.
Exactly. They talk about using schema markup to tag everything. Your partner's bios, your investment case studies, your portfolio wins. You're essentially handing the AI a folder of verified evidence.
Okay, but let's talk about the reality of doing this, because it sounds very high-tech, but one of the most interesting things in the material was a client testimonial from a guy named Chami Nakach.
Oh, that one stood out to me too. It was so blunt.
It was. He just flat out says he doesn't usually work with Indian companies anymore. Samyak is based in India, but that he made an exception.
And then he describes the work as long, tedious, and time-consuming.
It took 5 months just to get his site scores into the green. It really grounds the whole topic, doesn't it? We talk about AI like it's this effortless magic.
But the actual work is just digital plumbing. It's grunt work. And it's funny, on their site, they list dental SEO right next to campaigns for high-intent founders.
Which is wild. But I guess to an algorithm, a dentist and a venture capitalist have sort of the same problem to solve.
They're just two entities trying to prove their authority in a specific field. And for these capital networks, it seems digital visibility is now basically the same thing as AI readability.
If the machine can't parse what you do, you don't get the deal flow. It sort of automates the discovery phase that used to rely on, I don't know, warm intros.
The AI recommendation is the new warm intro.
Which, I mean, that leaves us with a pretty serious question to end on, I think.
Yeah.
If AI models really do become the main way that startups find their investors, are we heading to a place where an algorithm effectively decides which innovations get funded, all based on who had the budget for the best schema markup?
It's a thought that should probably keep a few people in finance up at night.
Definitely something to chew on. That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.